Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you my everyday makeup routine. So this is what I like to do to my face when I want to put on a full face of makeup, but I still want it to be like quite natural looking, a little bit more subtle. It's, it's what I like to wear on a daily basis. If my background looks a little bit different, it's because I'm having issues with the power at my house. My ceiling lights have decided that they don't want to work today, so that's really fun. But it's fine because, I've got a lot of filming lights in here. So I really like this routine to be fairly quick and simple. I don't want to be sitting here for like an hour applying my makeup. And I always start with my eyes, so I'm priming with the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer. This is in Nude, and I'm just going to pop this on with a nice big dense brush that's good for applying creams. This one is from Sonia G. It is the Soft Concealer brush. Also works for priming. I like to set my primer between my crease and my brow. Just with a matte cream eyeshadow similar to my skin tone, and I'm going to use a Ray Morris number 7 brush to do that job because it's big enough to very quickly sweep over that area. My palette of choice lately has been this one from Natasha Denona. It is the Glam face palette. I have it in the, is it light? Yes. So I have the light version here. I've only had this for a short time, but I just love it. This, like the eyeshadows are just perfect for what I like to do. I usually like to wear like nudie brown sort of shades, and then I've got 2 shimmery shades. I'm just noticing that this shade has like migrated over here, so that's really fun, but whatever, it's fine. I like to keep my eye looks really simple, no more than 3 shades. I'm going to use 2 mattes, so this one in my crease, this one in my outer corner, and I'm going to use this one all over my eyelid. The brush I'm using is the Chikuhodu GSN 10. It's nice, good for getting product on and blending product out really quickly. I'm using a Hakuhodo B142 just to apply the darker shade to my outer corner and blend it just a little bit up into the crease shade. I'm using a Natasha Denona number 7 brush to apply the shimmery shade over the naked part of my eyelid. Little bit more because I really like sparkly eyeshadows. I'm just taking a really small Hakuhodo brush here that's clean, and I'm just going to softly blend the edges of that shimmery eyeshadow into the matte in my outer corner, just to make sure those edges are properly blended. Now I always do my eyes first because if I end up with some fallout, I can combat that easily. And with this Natasha Denona palette, I always get fallout with the shimmery shades. I don't mind, it's fine, I know how to deal with it. So what I've done here is I've taken a cotton pad, I've put some of my moisturizer on there, and I'm going to use that to clean up some of that shimmery fallout before I go in with concealer. Next step is concealer. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me. This is in the shade medium, and I would definitely say it is not the shade for me during winter. It is a summer shade. I just put a little bit under my eyes, a little bit around my nose because I get some redness there, and I have had some minor breakouts, so I'm just touching up those spots as well. And my dog's crying to come inside. Do you want to come in? Come on then. Oh, you slipped over. Yeah, it's wet outside. I know. No jumping. Yes, very exciting. Oh, so very exciting. Here she comes. Crazy dog. I'm using the 146 Concealer Perfecto brush from Zoeva just to blend out that concealer. I'm going to use it to also tidy up the edge of my eyeshadow in case I took it a little bit lower than I would usually want to. You guys might have noticed that I didn't apply a primer, and that's because for the most part I do not use them. I don't personally feel like I need one. I do have dry skin, so sometimes a hydrating primer can be helpful, but skincare is the go for me. That's how I like to prep my base. I did do a skincare routine video recently, and for me that is so much more important than using a primer. Next is foundation. Now I'm using this is from Laura Mercier. It's a Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation, but it is actually mixed with another foundation, so it's the CYO Matte Foundation. I just put some in this bottle, mix them together until I got the consistency and the finish from the product that I like. The sponge I'm using right now is the Kaleidos sponge. These are really nice and soft. So when I start, oh, what's that? What is that? There was a little black thing. I can see you. Get out. Rude. So I like to start in the center of my face. This is typically where, are you making so much noise back there? You're right. She's fine. She's totally happy. She doesn't give a shit. This is the area of the face where people typically have the most redness. So I am trying to focus the majority of my foundation in this area, in the center of my face, and then I take the excess on the brush and I work it to the outer edges of the face. I definitely wouldn't say that this foundation blend is perfect for on camera. I do think ever so slightly more higher coverage foundation is better, but for my day-to-day makeup I like something that still allows my skin to sort of just be skin and not look as heavy. You'll definitely be able to see there with that bruise on my eye that the coverage is quite low. The color of this foundation is also not ideal for me. It is a little dark. Once I bring it down my neck, I don't feel like I have too many issues with it, and because my hair is so vibrant at the moment, I need something that helps to warm up my face. Otherwise I have to apply 10 kilos of bronzer. Next I want to set under my eyes, but before I do that I want to make sure that none of my product that's under my eyes has settled into my fine lines, because we don't want to lock that in. That's not the plan. I'm using the MAC Chris Chang translucent powder, and I'm using a Yachio brush from Hakuhodo. I believe this is the medium tapered, maybe it's a small, I can't remember. Anyway, just a little bit of powder under there because it's a part of my face that likes to move a lot. I'm going to bronze using the Hourglass Ambient lighting powder in dim light and the Refa 22 brush. This does have some bronzer on it, like a darker bronzer from yesterday, and if I feel like I need a darker bronzer I will certainly grab one, but I'm gonna see if I can get away with just using this one. So I bronze the whole perimeter of my face, and I'm fairly generous with product. This stuff is, it's fairly light, so, you can get away with using a bit of it. Also, this brush, because it has such a large surface area, it applies product in a fairly diffused manner, especially when it's quite sheer. We're going back into the Natasha Denona palette for the blush and the highlight. I'm going to use the number 16 brush from Natasha Denona to apply the blush. Just going to use a stippling motion to get that on and apply it in light layers. I like my blush to be fairly subtle. I always find it very difficult to apply blush when I'm in this room because there's no natural light, and I tend to apply more than what I would in like on an average day, simply because of the way it appears on camera it looks so much more subtle. So I would definitely say that this is more than I would usually apply, but also I kind of need you to be able to see the makeup, you know? And now for highlight, this is the Hakuhodo G6070 brush. I love this brush. I love this highlight too. This highlight is, it's punchy. And I do enjoy a punchy highlight, so, you know, it's not outside of what I would usually wear. I'm just taking the excess on the brush and highlighting a few sections. And I'm also going to highlight this section with a smaller brush. This is the 6090. I am doing a brush video, favorite brush video, coming up soon. I don't know when, but I've got it there ready to go. And I talk more about these types of brushes in that video. That is my base completely done. Next I'm going to go in and do my brows. I'm currently using the Precisely My Brow pencil from Benefit. I'm using the shade 3. I would definitely say 2 is my preferred shade, but you know, project panning, it's a thing. So I'm not trying to make my brows anything that they're not, but I am trying to fill in any gaps and tidy them up a little bit. This here is the Benefit Gimmie Brow. I do not really, it's not that I don't like the product, it's just it doesn't really fit with what I like to do on a daily basis. I much prefer a clear brow gel these days, but this is in my project pan and this is what I'm currently using, so we make do. I take this through my brows and I brush them in an upward motion. Pay more attention to my problem brow because it's a problem. While my brows are setting, I'm going to take the NARS Longwear Eyeliner in Via Venito and I'm going to tight line with it. Tight lining is where you apply liner to your upper waterline, and it helps to make your lashes appear a little bit denser. I kind of need to stop talking to do this because I gotta focus. If you need tricks on how to do this to yourself, the trick is to get the pencil on your waterline and then look down and drag it across your waterline. If you've ever tried to use this technique and you find that it seems to like irritate your eye, the reason why is because the pencil is coming into contact with your iris, and that is actually the sensitive part of your eye. But the white area of your eye doesn't really respond to stimulus in the way that your iris does. So the trick is to make sure that your iris is out of the way of the pencil, and that's why you use the trick of looking down, because it takes the iris out of the way of the pencil. Next I'm going to tidy up these brows a little bit. So what I want to do is just sort of brush the hairs that are sticking up back down into place without sort of ruining that like full fluffy effect. Typically I would use one of those plastic like eyelash combs for this, but I do not seem to have one in my filming space, and I'm not going inside to get one because this is supposed to be quick and easy, and I'm just making do with what I have. Liner. Okay, so I'm using the Hindash Heroline. I love this stuff, it's fantastic. I usually start by just, you know what, I need to not talk while I'm trying to do this. I do 2 types of wing liner depending on my level of laziness on the day. Sometimes I will just line the top of the lash line, and sometimes I will do a wing. I would never actually recommend trying to do a decent wing liner using a mirror like this, or sitting in front of a camera and trying to make sure that you're showing people what you're doing. What I would do is get nice and close to a stationary mirror. I would rest my arms on a bench in front of me, and I would do my wings straight on at the mirror to make sure that they're even and straight. Now, if you have a snafu like I did with applying a wing liner or any liner, even mascara, the trick is to let it dry completely. Take a cotton tip and then use a twisting motion to lift the excess. When it comes to a liquid eyeliner or like a long wear pencil eyeliner, you are going to have more trouble getting it off, but usually what you can do is get off the majority and then go back in with your eyeshadow and touch it up. I need to be super careful because, you know, my base is done now. I can't really fix it up if I get fallout, so I am going to take a tissue. I'm going to pop it here. I'm using a tiny brush for targeted application, and I'm just going to pop it over that section where I tried to remove the eyeliner and hope for the best. Not too bad. Okay, we have wings. Next is mascara. I'm actually going to use a new mascara because I don't have one that I'm committed to at the moment. This is the Damn Girl mascara from Too Faced, and this is like the moment of truth. Why is the wand literally the size of my whole eye? Please be nice. Oh yes, you're very average, aren't you? What I hate about large wands like this is you can't actually get it as close as you need to the base of the lashes to like drag the product through. Also, you can't really use a backwards and forth motion to apply the product, which I like to do because it covers the whole section of the lashes. Also, there are so many birds outside making all of the fucking noise on the face of the planet. Okay, look, the mascara is not bad. I do not like the wand. It is too big. I don't feel like it needs to be that big. It's kind of obnoxious. This mascara will definitely not become one of my daily products because it takes too fucking long to apply. I have to be too careful with it. I don't like it. It's too fussy. It also didn't do anything that a mascara with a normal size wand could do. I'm going back into the Natasha Denona Glam face palette for the last time. I am going to take, let's take this shade, and actually let's take this shade because hey, why not just use the whole bloody palette. I'm using it on a Refa 23 brush, which is a tiny little pencil brush, just tapping off the excess, and I'm just going to take it on like the outer half of my lower lash line and just work that in there. It's just to create the effect of a shadow. Since I've, you know, put concealer and foundation and powder in that area, it's become quite blank and there's not a lot of depth there. I'm not trying to make this like a dramatic eye look, but I do need to bring back the natural structure of the face shape in this area. So that means a tiny little shadow on the outer corner. The next step is going to be lips. However, sometimes I add an extra step at this point because it needs a little bit of preparation, and I do the prep while I'm doing my lips. Sometimes I like to wear some false lashes, and my lashes of choice are the Allure Luxe Solitaire lashes. I take one band and I cut them in half and I use them as a demi lash. So you can see there, it's just like a tiny little half band of lashes, and they will go on my outer corner. Now the preparation comes in allowing the lash glue to set a little bit. So I put my lash band in these like lash tweezers and I just pop a little bit of glue on there, and I'm gonna let that set while I apply my lip liner. My lip liner of choice at the moment is a Natasha Denona I Need a Nude lip crayon in Ilona. Once lash glue is set and ready to go, I am going to apply the lashes to the outer corner. While the lash glue sets on my next set of lashes, I'm going to apply a lip color. The one that I'm using at the moment is the Clarins Instant Light Natural Lip Perfector. This is in the shade 06. It's a really beautiful nude shade. And these are the types of lip product. Oh my god, are you almost empty? Are you almost empty? No, you're not almost empty, are you? No, you're not. You're just being difficult. These are the types of lip products that I like to wear at the moment because they're just so comfortable and easy to apply. Last step is a setting mist, hydrating mist, whatever. I'm testing out a whole bunch at the moment, and I'm trying to pan a whole bunch as well. At the moment, I'm using the Mecca Cosmetica Makeup Perfecting Mist, but I don't really discriminate against which one I use. It's just whatever. So that's it for my everyday makeup routine. I've been really enjoying this routine. It focuses mostly on skin and eyes without being like, you know, too bright or too bold. My skin is comfortable. I know I'm going to feel hydrated all day long. I get to use a full face of products, which means I'm still using, you know, a lot of things from my collection, which is great because the goal is to always use stuff and finish it up. But also it's, you know, a little bit more understated. It's just sort of enhancing things rather than, you know, trying to change too much of my face. I would love to know what your everyday makeup routine consists of. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. You're gonna say goodbye, Freya? Goodbye. See ya.